Today you will hear from a parent speaking out on witnessing the altercation between Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. First, you will hear from the witness at the track meet. Take a listen.
Finally, y'all, a witness came out and made a statement in the Karmelo Anthony case, and I have to let y'all hear this because this is the piece I have been missing, that I have been waiting for the witnesses, for the students around the situation to see what happened, and this is what he had to say.
Trying to get back to their cars, or
this is the witness.
Get in, places where they, wouldn't get all extra wet. Dude was sitting up on the tent, right? He was on his phone, right? My daughters was up under the same goddamn tent. Yeah.
He's talking about Karmelo.
I'm paying attention to my kids, but at the same time, they're in the same vicinity, so I'm watching everything going on around it because I'm there for my children. So, dude walks up, McKellen, bro, he wasn't even under the tent at the time. They came from a whole separate tent.
He's talking about the twins.
They intentionally went over there to this kid, man. Dude was sitting there on his phone just trying to get dry.
Karmelo was on his phone.
And went from another. They grabbed this man.
Grabbed him.
And they tried to punch on dude. Dude went in there, and they went to try to jump this dude and punch on this dude, man. And he protected himself, dude. That's what happened.
Mind you, this man does not know Karmelo.
That's one. It was both of them, bro. Austin, that dude that got unalive, and his brother, went over there to intentionally. It's not to the point that he brought a knife. For one, it wasn't on school property. The school is
wasn't on school property.
Miles away. It was community track meet, bro. It wasn't a school track meet.
Thank you.
Next is the lawyer of the Karmelo Anthony family, and last video is from an activist group.
Retained this morning, defense attorney Derek Walpole agreed to speak on behalf of Karmelo Anthony's family.
I know that my client said that it was self-defense. I don't have any reason to disbelieve that, but I needed to develop facts and talk to people and figure out what's going on before I make any statements about what I think happened. I don't have any reason to think it wasn't self-defense at this time.
And I believe that in America, I always tell this, and I'm just going to speak truth to power in this situation. It is crazy that America tells us to accept the self-defense claim of George Zimmerman, Kyle Rittenhouse, and so many other people. But when the shoe is on the other foot, that claim is absurd. And I just got to call a spade a spade. No matter what my personal views of a case may be, it is quite contradicting for America to come back and say, oh, Kyle Rittenhouse can have it, George Zimmerman can have it. All of these individuals that don't look like the color of my skin can't have it. In the state of Texas, we live in a state where yet you can walk around with a permitless carry. You can walk around with a brass knuckles. You can walk around with a knife. You can walk around with all these things. AK-47 in the state of Texas. And then as soon as you see a black person exercise those rights, we now have a problem. And that's not me spitting hate or race or bigotry. That's the facts.
Racism is not just a moment. It's not just a slur, a cop pulling someone over, or a viral video of injustice. Racism is a system. And that system is deeply ingrained in white communities through the home, the school, the church, and every level of society. From the moment many white children are born, they are raised in environments that reinforce a sense of entitlement, superiority, and unearned privilege. In the home, white children are often allowed to challenge authority, talking back to their parents, demanding explanations, even being treated as equals before they understand responsibility. While parenting styles vary across every community, in white homes, this freedom is often rooted in a deeper cultural message. The world will bend for you. That's not just parenting, that's training for privilege. In schools, the difference becomes more visible. White children are more likely to have teachers who look like them, teach their history, and affirm their experiences. Meanwhile, black students are more likely to be punished more harshly, labeled as aggressive or disruptive for the same behavior. What white kids learn is this: you are innocent until proven guilty, and even then, we'll give you another chance. Now let's look at the church. For centuries, white Christianity in America has been used to justify slavery, segregation, and systemic injustice. From the pulpit, phrases like "forgive and forget" or "we're all one race, the human race," are used to shut down real conversations about racism. Churches should be leading the fight against hate, but too often they preach peace without justice and comfort without accountability. And then there's the media. The double standard is undeniable. When a black person is accused of a crime, they are immediately painted as a thug, a criminal, or a threat, even before all the facts are known. But when it's a white person, the media finds their baby photos, talks about mental health, or says they came from a good family. We've seen this time and time again. Trayvon Martin was called a threat for wearing a hoodie. Michael Brown was described as no angel. Even when black victims are unarmed, the assumption is guilt. But when the truth finally comes out, after protests, investigations, and years of pain, it's often revealed that the accusation against the black victim was racially motivated. The damage is already done, reputations destroyed, lives lost, and society shrugs like it's just another day. This is about holding white society accountable for the systems it created, maintains, and benefits from, whether consciously or unconsciously. Because the truth is, racism isn't just taught in overt ways. It's learned through what's allowed, what's excused, and what's never questioned. This is about dismantling a culture of privilege that has gone unchecked for centuries. If we want real change, it starts with confronting where the entitlement begins: at home, in school, in the church, and in the lies we're told by the media. Tell me what you think about this topic. Hope you find the information in this video informative. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Thanks for watching.